Oh, say, can you see the light? What's the problem with you? Shouldn't have turned down those cue cards. Oh.
Welcome back to the United States of Australia. I am the Aussie guy. And we got a lot of clips to get to and not a lot of time to do it, really. So we'll get straight into it. First of all, and joining me, he's my friend and yours, just Josh. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, Ozzy? How you doing?
Good. And also joining me is a man known the world over for having a head like a fucking pineapple. It's Echo Pineapple.
How's it fucking going, guys? Let's get this done.
It's going fucking great. Let's do it.
Oh, brilliant. Jolly good.
Coming in hot. Thank you, Echo. Appreciate that. And a man that's not here, man that had some homework this week and suddenly got sick on the day it was due.
My tummy hurts.
My dog.
Yeah. He knows he can always go back to the ear infection because Dr. Steve told him that, it was a real thing. So, we have to bow to the ear infection, just because you've got a fat head, Robbie. Sort out your fat head and your ears might work better.
Jeez. Yeah, fat head. Fat,
super fat head.
Just get some amoxicillin, Robbie. Clear that shit up.
Yeah, indeed. Like I said, we don't have a lot of time, so let's...
Aaron's boring, and April adds nothing. It's gonna be great. We're scripting this morning. Come on. It's time for Movie and the Scrimp. It's time for Movie and the Scrimp. It's gonna be mediocre as fuck. It's time for Movie and the Scrimp.
It is that time again, and look, there is a particular theme to it this week, but I'm going to start with a little bit of Movie on his own, just because Kiki is such a nothing dummy that she doesn't deserve to lead off the show. Like Aaron is still,
for sure.
Aaron's still the star. So we'll get to some of the stuff that I just grabbed from Wednesday night show. As I've always say, I like to go to Wednesday night show. The wrong folder's open. Forgive me. Oh no, Jesus. Now some of the Wednesday night he did get into a little bit of haterade really quickly. So a lot of people have played some of that stuff. So I did want to kind of move on down in the show, but just in the beginning, Aaron always got a great, exciting show planned. What's he got planned for Wednesday?
Ooh.
A phone hooked up to the board here. Guys, I know it doesn't sound like it because of how this show has started. I have a really good one for you tonight. I'm very excited about tonight's show. We've got crazy people. We've got lunatics. And that's just in the Minnesota legislature. I'm going to update you on what's going on in Minnesota.
Fuck yeah. Can't wait. Minnesota legislature.
Exciting.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I knew there's a reason why he has these many viewers. It's because of this kind of stuff. Come on. Show us the
That is. So, yeah. He's on fire right out of the gate. Great stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, he was playing the Carmen Sandiego song for some reason because he was in court. He thought he was thinking of that song, whatever. But I just titled this one, Aaron, just get a laugh track.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Are they saying sticky-fingered Felcher? They wrote a song about me.
Aaron, I assume you thought that was funny, which it kind of is, because we all know about the cum eating, So it is kind of true, but I assume you wanted to laugh for that.
He's got a soundboard, obviously. He's pressing the button for the applause.
He just likes the applause.
Add a second one. Yeah, okay, you could get someone laughing and clapping, I guess. I'm sure there's.
It's the one soundbite he knows exactly where to press it to get that.
Sure,
sound. Every other one he has to search for. That's why you hear it a million times a show. But yeah, I've noticed lately. I was like, oh, he went for a joke and then went for the cheering applause, and it's like this isn't a Dave Chappelle just blew your mind kind of moment, Aaron. It was pretty basic humor, so probably not crowd applause and cheering. Now, at this next point, oh yeah, this again, just another really short one. Aaron talking about obviously Nick, Kayla, April, etc.
Zip. Besides, I think you've heard all the parties of my past talk. I don't think I'm the one who sounds like the jilted bisexual guy. Just gonna let sometimes by the rules of power, saying less is saying more. We have so much to get to today.
Doesn't he say loads?
Yes.
Isn't he the one speaking the most?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, first of all, he said we've heard every one of the parties speak from his past. I've not heard a fucking word from Kayla Ricada since she got arrested.
No.
April had a brief little flirt with Twitter that we're still not even convinced
If it
was
her,
April.
yeah.
And Nick has barely scratched the surface with his talking about this situation. There's one man that has been flapping his gums for months and is panicking. Now that there's a deal, the deal's been done. Nick can start talking. Yeah,
can I clarify as well? Does he think that Nick is the gay one for letting him?
I think that's where he was going. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so gay. You let me eat your semen? What's wrong with you? It's
But
like,
you're the gay one.
What? You're the one that just ate it. Yeah, but you let me. Ugh.
Well, he tried a couple of weeks back to flip it back to where Nick was the cum eater, and it's like too little, too late, Aaron. Like you let a little bit too much time pass. But yeah, we now get into his trip to court and how he's feeling about the revenge porn case.
I'm able to forget about it. I'm able to not think about it. I would like it to be done just because it is part of an old life that I'm ashamed of. It is part of an old life that was immoral and wrong, and I was a shitty father and a terrible husband, and I kind of...
By the way, he thinks just saying those words like that is him taking accountability for what happened.
He's no longer a shitty parent because he said it.
He's absolved himself of all these
wrongs. Like, this is how he gets his way through all of these different situations is, I know the words I need to say to get through this.
Therefore, it's fine.
But as he continues, you're just like, wait, dude, you're not the victim here.
I'm going to see this as like the final vestiges of that. So I'd really, in a very selfish way, I'd like to get that done. But God, when it's not going on, when it's not like active and ready to go, I don't really think about it. It's like herpes. It just kind of, when it flares up, you notice it. Otherwise, it's not really something you think about day to day. But you guys never ask me. You guys never ask for details. I really appreciate that.
Translation.
Does he have herpes?
Yes, I do.
That's all I took from that is that he has the herpes,
and he thinks about it constantly.
It was said so casually, right? It was. It almost felt like it was too casual to be a joke. Like he literally is like, "Oh, herpes are back." Oh God.
It's like when you want to like drink another man's semen. Like you drink a bit, and all of a sudden, it's like what? No, I'm just giving an example. So,
Sorry, just the last bit he said there. You guys never ask me about it. Translation. The people that do ask me about it, I ignore them. Don't want to hear from them. But no, I just find it very interesting. Like he's talking like, and again, there's a lot of stuff that he said in recent months, which if and when his case comes to sentencing, if a judge sees some of the stuff he's been saying over the last few months, it could weigh poorly against him when sentencing comes. Plus, previous violations of a HRO, obvious negativity and abuse towards women. Aaron, you probably should be thinking about it a little bit more and not just running your mouth. Yeah, but I don't think he thinks about it enough, Josh, or doesn't have the capability to understand that when you go on there running your mouth, every time you talk about it, there's evidence against you.
Oh yeah.
Or, evidence in some way. You know what I mean? Like, it's so bizarre.
Here's a question for you, Ossigo. When he thinks about these things, does he think the exact same way as he copes on his show? Like, where he's, they're idiots. Or does he think, fuck, this, obviously I'm fucked with this, but if I twist it, like, what do you, is he, because obviously he's delusional, or you can be really delusional.
Yeah, that's a good question. Does he actively plot his lies, or do they just come naturally? I guess is kind of the question. Like, oh, dude, I lean towards he believes it all.
Yeah. So initially, when you kind of introduced me to him, like through your show and what have you, I was kind of like, okay, so he knows this, but he's like kind of coping with it and he's making it a win. And I'm like, but does he? Because it's second nature to him. So I'm kind of like, is he also doing that in his head automatically? So he's not even got to be like, right, and how do I twist that? He's like, oh yeah, because of this, and twists it.
Well, Nick Recader has said it, and I certainly lean towards it. Nick says he lives in the moment. Whatever he needs to be true in that moment to get through that moment is true. And I think he gives it no other thought. He never gives, once he's said something, because you can see it in the show, you'll watch him and over a 10-second span will contradict the thing he said in the first 5 seconds in the next 5 seconds. He's literally done that before. So yeah, for him, he doesn't think back about anything he said before. It's, well, no, this is it now. This is what it is. And that's why you can see him flip back and forth with people like Keanu and Geno, which we're going to get to later. But yeah, to answer your question, I think what Nick Recader says, he lives in the moment. And whatever he needs to be true is true. Next up, what did we just do? Oh, yeah. So now he gets into our girls, the pretty antisocial girls. And just had a couple of thoughts on it.
Oh, I relish in it. I relish in the idea of
I will point out there's a reason normally I crop that part of the screen out. There's probably a reason that it's not cropped out for this particular one.
These psychos losing their minds and doing 5 hour, like, I know there's this one.
He stopped himself in a lie there. He was about to say doing 5 hour shows. And then he realized, no, these dumb bitches don't do 5 hours on me. They do like a couple hours, maybe.
5.
And I call them postmenopausal ladies, and they don't like it. It trips them out. I apologize. If they would stop, shrieking and being shrill like a couple of harpies, I wouldn't have to call it as I see it. But they'll do a show to like 800 total views, and it'll be all about how much of a bastard they think I am. I'm like, come on, if you can't crack 1,000 talking about me, I should almost sue you. I want bigger numbers, God damn it. If you're failing that hard and you're talking about me, you're hurting my brand. Come on. 2K views or you're not qualified to be talking about the toe.
All right, do you see? Oops.
Oh,
do you see why I left that bit cropped?
1.8
2K views. Well, you're not qualified to talk about the toe. You're hurting his brand if you're under 2K views. 1.8K.
We're killing you, Aaron. God damn.
I hate to say it as well, but their last stream got 3.2K views as well.
Yeah, he was a little off there.
Just to say it, like they do very well. They are
doing very well.
Don't you worry.
So yeah, that was the first little dig at them. The next little dig, let me just scroll down here. Oh no, this one just they were talking about Trump giving pardons and the Biden giving pardons and and there was someone joked about Trump giving Biden a pardon just to make it look like he's definitely guilty of something, whatever. And so anyway, a chatter says something.
Skeezy Whitefish says that's a stupid argument. If you commit the crime, you should face the consequences like any other peasant. I don't know.
Oh boy!
No, just let him off. If you've done something wrong, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to go to jail for everything, right? Come on, it's fine.
There's an exception. Come on.
Let's just fucking wind it back a little bit there, fella. Not everyone needs to do time for their crime.
As long as you acknowledge it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
If you say sorry, kind of, it's fine. That's the rules.
You realize you were a bad dad. You're a bad husband.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Perfect.
So yeah, the final clip of just Aaron before we get onto the Kiki stuff. This is some more digs at Pretty Antisocial, and I can't imagine Quadfather's in the chat, but I don't know. I think this is something that he may argue.
Might be a bit.
Called them
might be a bit too
postmenopausal
early for
women, and then they
Yeah.
prove it. I mean, pretty much, yeah. You call them shrill harpies, and they go, "You can't call us shrill harpies," and I just sit back and go, "See."
Play a clip.
Clip it. Absolutely. Clip it. Play a clip.
If Haley and Jackie were on a stream going, "You can't call us shrill," I would love to see that clip.
Yeah.
Because that Haley in particular, there would be fire in those eyes. It would be like the apocalypse. You know what I mean? You would be very frightened. But yeah, it's interesting because he just goes, see, you know,
Yeah.
I said it.
I said it.
And see, there it is. What?
Proof.
Where? Yeah. But let's see where he goes.
What am I supposed? I mean, calling them shrill harpies, I didn't know it was a surprise to them. That's like, you know, telling my buddy Quadfather that you ain't got no legs. I mean, it's not like he's gonna argue with me.
He's got legs.
I think he would argue with you, Aaron. He does have legs. They don't work. Fair. His legs don't work, but they exist. They are attached to his body.
Nope, no legs. If you're in a wheelchair, you have 0 legs. That's the
But I certainly think Quadfather would argue with him on that. That would maybe he would go, "I do have fucking legs" on a podcast, and Aaron would go, "See,
See?
yeah."
Turd Burglar says, I watched those girls today. The fat one totally flicks the bean to Aaron's mugshot. Which fat one?
Got him. You got him.
Again,
Aaron.
you got any?
You know what?
clips or anything?
I need to be better than that. I need
You're
to be
not.
better than that.
You are
I'm
not.
His little smug smile with his fucking double chin exposed.
Which
And he can't-
balding double divorcee are you talking about on that one? Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Nobody's
And
I
barely-
mug.
I barely can grow a beard, but I can grow enough of a beard to hide my double chin, Aaron. I figure it out.
That's
dude.
why I've got my beard. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's get on to the next part. We've got to introduce someone else to the situation.
Together. What do you think? We're going to do it. And it's going to be fun. Bing, 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 bing.
It's like a
You
fucking
gotta send me that,
sonar
man.
radar.
You got to send me that. I'm gonna add a few little things for you. See if you like it.
Yeah, sweet. I will. Remind me tomorrow. Because obviously,
Alright.
obviously, I
You gotta
crash
do
as soon as
best.
this show's over. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Shmuel. Shmuel is here with $1.99.
Shmuel.
His buddy, Quadfather. Yeah, exactly.
You tight fucker, Shmuel. $1.99. Come on.
It does. It does depend with Quadfather and Aaron. As how Aaron feels at that time. Principal Uncertainty says, "Boo! She's Satan's butt wipe." Yeah, that's why we're here right now. Principal Uncertainty. This is bonkers. Like, look, there's a lot of this like poking fun at Aaron and all of that, but we know Aaron's a piece of shit. Like, we're aware of that. Kiki, oh Jesus Christ, you're such a dumb bitch. And yeah, I couldn't go past this. So let's get into the Aaron and Kiki clips. Now, first of all, we've just got to kick off with that famous steel toe Keanu chemistry.
I don't know that.
No, I didn't know you were sniping me.
That makes me feel bad. They told me to, and then I was riveted by what I was seeing, and I thought, and then I was just we were just sitting along watching, stealing, I don't know, 20 of your.
So she's an orator, you know. I mean, like it's amazing. Well, and they told me to. They told me to snipe, and I was riveted. Really, riveted. Were you, Keanu? Jesus Christ!
They're probably not even your viewers. What we were discussing before this is that I have a bone to pick with you a bit.
Fuck.
Do you mind?
Before I go any further, I just want to point out that Keanu has described this phone call as calling Aaron out.
Right, yeah, she has to pick a lane. I was literally going to say that even before you mention it, because she's kind of like, I was stealing some of your views. Sniping it is so so she's kind of like blowing him, being like, oh yeah, obviously, like I was getting people in because we were sniping you. You had a really good show, and that's why we were sniping you. So right, okay. So that's why people snipe shows, right? Because they're so good. And so like, that's the main reason.
Exactly. Or she's looking to see what Aaron's explanation might be, blah, blah, blah.
And pull it apart.
Or we might find out a little bit more as we go through these clips, because this dummy loves to expose herself.
No,
not really. Not really.
I tell you what, Keanu, over the last 6 months or so, my biggest complaint about you, not enough bone picking with me.
Okay. Listen, Aaron, and this will be fun. Do you really
Chuckling, having a great time. And she's calling him out. She's calling him out here. Chuckling, having a great old
hard
time.
realize that you have a tendency to exaggerate?
I've never heard this before. This is the first time hearing of this.
Okay. You've never heard that before.
You know what I've heard? The big criticism I've always heard of myself is, Aaron, you're a little understated. You tend to.
You're too demure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I always hear.
Ugh.
She's good at this yes and stuff, isn't she? She's great at on the spot improv, you know, back and forth banter. It's brilliant.
Ugh.
Hear that? Yeah.
Okay, here's what we were talking about. We all really liked your take on Melanie Mac is I really liked
she's calling him out. I just want to remind everyone she's calling him out.
Your take on my take on
really because I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I can't find enough shit on Melanie Mac. Like I see everybody.
See, this is where I'm going to defend Aaron.
Sure.
It's like, you're going nowhere, dummy. Like, I'm going to interject and do one of my fucking overly descriptive bullshit 30 seconds of time wasting pieces of thing, and then can you get to what you want to talk about?
Well, I'm surprised that she hasn't been called a rat piece of shit already for this traitorous turn that she did. Right? Hard hitting topics that got snuck up on him. He didn't expect this ambush.
No, that's a good point.
Tweeting about it, and then I go, all right, what happened? And then I find like hardly enough shit to even develop. So I go to you for my feelings on Melanie Mac, because I can't find any clips or anything like that.
Basically, God told me she's going to hell for being an evil, grifting bitch.
Sure.
Unless she repents and publicly apologizes to Jesus, who is gay. And
I left that in.
Comedian.
Keanu yeah. I talk a lot about projection on this show. And just thought I'd leave that in at the end.
Publicly apologize to Jesus. Come on.
Yeah. And he's gay. So edgy. So fucking edgy.
Got him.
I mean, back then, they started very young. Like, by today's standards, Jesus was probably a pedophile. You know? See, edgy.
I'm like, should I comment? I'm like, I don't care.
No, because he would. No, he
sure.
couldn't be. Because he would have been the same age. That's the point. Like, it's
Sure.
Yeah. He's not. Jesus is not a pedophile. Everyone, calm down. I didn't. Say
He doesn't exist. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
If Robbie's watching right now, he is freaking the fuck out.
He's a made-up pedophile. It's fine. He's not real.
No. Jesus existed. He's just not the Son of God. That's
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we go next. So, all right, let's play a game, fellas, because I've with the way I've labeled these clips, I want you guys to guess how many analogies Aaron makes for this situation with Keanu. So this is probably, well, it kind of does get explained, but the point is Keanu went on a stream and went whip it a bunch of times and thought it was hilarious. And then Aaron heard about that and went, oh, sweet, I can spill all the goss about April and Nick and blah, 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 blah. And so that'll happen. So this is Keanu calling him out for doing that. So yeah, Aaron's going to make a few analogies. Oh, I've already given it away a little bit, but how many?
It's not too.
Yeah, right. How many analogies do you think Aaron comes up with for this situation over what was like a 20-minute conversation? Echo.
Oh, 20 minutes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go with 4, but if it's 20 minutes, you could. I'm going to go 5. I was going to say 6. I'll go 5.
And Josh, Price is Right rules, by the way.
Price is Right rules.
Shit.
Oh shit! You know, I'm not gonna screw you here, Echo. I liked your answer first. I think 4 would be the answer. That's where I was going. I'm going for 4 analogies.
So all right, let's go to analogy number 1.
Oh,
and also,
we're nearly there.
Yes, and this is also in here. Keanu begins to reveal a little bit of the truth about what's going on with this.
Read between the lines, and enough people were going, it was everybody.
I said nothing, though, about April, and then you blew up the spot. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am vindicated here.
I have taken responsibility.
Before we get to the analogy, Keanu just there saying, "I've been vindicated." Oh, dummy. By the time we're done with these clips, I'm going to reveal how not vindicated you are. Oh, Jesus.
Responsibility for the fact that I think you put it between the lines. I just put a giant magnifying glass between the lines and went, look between the lines here. I didn't. Now that you mention it, I think my curse of knowledge got the better of me. And
the old curse of knowledge, you know that one? When somebody says a word and then you go, oh, yeah, I know a bunch of stuff. Let me tell everything.
Every single word about it, yeah.
Yeah. But we are going to get to a little bit more of how Aaron got there. But, yeah.
Because I was shocked that you were doing that. Like I was like, holy shit. I thought, and I was proud of myself because for months now, since late summer, early fall, I'd been holding on to this information. I was so proud of myself that I didn't blab like an asshole. And then you go out and you do the whippet sneeze again. Very subtle. I will, just very.
By the way, super proud of himself for holding on to something from like October.
Taste.
30 whippet sneezes is not, well, Keanu's talking about the absolute details of,
Look at him. Look at his face. He feels like he's in a zone right now. He's doing high quality comedy and humor. He's got this little grin on his face. He can't wait for Keanu to stop talking so he can bust out another analogy for what the situation is.
Oh, he's already got it thought up right here.
Yeah. I think this is how he feels when he's like training. He never officially trained them, but when he's training those like 14-year-old kids, at boxing, he's like, yeah, no, I feel good. I'm like 2 feet taller than them. They don't know what they're doing. Yeah. I'm good. I've got it. It's like, yep.
Well, Keanu's talking about the absolute details of, things that happen. So number one, what I've realized is you watch no more than 30 seconds of my show. And number two, when you do, and I do one, innocent whippet, you think that is, hey, Keanu's talking about this. This is her fault. She blew up her spot.
What a broadcaster. So first little bit of the truth comes out there where she says, so what this was proven to me is that you only listen to 30 seconds of my show. And I can't remember the other thing she said because Jesus Christ, what a bore.
Bing.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm 100% with you. I was like, right, so her job is a comedian / podcaster, and honestly, most people I think would be like, right, yeah, let's wrap this up. Let's chuck you off the phone. This is fucking terrible. You can't speak. And that's coming from me, an English pineapple who fucking mumbles over his words. Jesus Christ.
Agreed. And the only reason it kept going is Aaron's got more analogies. Now, I didn't label these next set of clips as well as I labeled the first lot. So some of these might be slightly out of order, but I don't think it really matters. But let's go to analogy number 2. All right. I've labeled this one analogy number 2. Keanu is retarded. So let's see what this one brings us.
First spot. You did it, not me.
I think that I have taken ample responsibility for the fact that I perhaps blew.
Do you really think he's taken ample responsibility as he's laughed and joked throughout the whole thing and continues to try and think up new analogies? I don't know if he's taken ample responsibility.
He's took the bare minimum that he can technically get away with.
The least amount of responsibility, exactly.
Who's this, Echo?
That's Coach 5 Hit 5 How. How are you doing, my friend?
It is
do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you read it, yeah.
Echo, do you ever wish you were smart like Ossie? Yeah, I wish I was as smart as Ossie. He's a smart chap. Is that the wrong answer?
It's a pineapple.
Well, no, it's very kind of you.
Ossie,
it's very kind of you to say, but I just expected something for you to say something.
Yeah, no, I like you. I think you're smart. You're smart.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Thanks. All right, let's get back to it.
Blew up the stuff between the lines. I think you have to admit that you put things between the lines with the sneezes.
That's not a new analogy, by the way. There is another one coming.
Yeah.
I blew up what you put out there.
Right.
You planted the seed in everybody's head. I watered it and allowed it to germinate.
Right, but then you blame me. Like, I was uncomfortable that Keanu was talking about this because I thought it wasn't public knowledge. None of what you said, I saw like 6 clips of like nothing that I said at all. And then I was confused. I'm like, God damn, did I say all of that? No, you did. And yes, the curse of knowledge.
Yeah.
Sure.
The curse of knowledge, Keanu's never had that curse. And she definitely cannot. And she definitely cannot present a fucking thought. Now, I'll translate that fucking gibberish that she just said.
Yes, I'm a little confused
she
myself.
doesn't. She was listening to Aaron and said, "I don't know. What did I say? Did I say that? Like, how much do you want to admit that you're a dummy? Like, someone's talking, you don't remember what you said. Like, if someone said to me, you said April was doing whippets, I'd be like, no, I've never said that. I've never said that until this moment right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very easy.
So slightly off topic, but for anything to do with this bitch, we need to get, I think it's a Jim Carrey movie where he goes, no, Adam Sandler, sorry, from Billy, the one where he's at school and he goes, today, Junior, because she doesn't fucking spit it out. Just get that cock out your mouth, bitch, and say what you want to say and move on. Jesus Christ.
All right. Again, just looking at the labeling of the clips, given that one was Keanu is retarded, this one's labeled Aaron tries to shift blame, Keanu confirms retardation.
I think you're overplaying what I did, and I think you're really underplaying the whippet sneezes, in fairness.
Repetition is funny, Aaron.
I know. Yes, repetition is very funny. It also can be very revealing.
I was not talking about my friend April. I was talking merely about allegedly somebody that I think makes my friend April cry, and it's not you.
Kiki, tell me, this guy right here that you're talking to has been trying to ruin your friend April's life for the past 6 to 9 months. It's been his number one goal is to ruin her. And you think you need to call Nick out for making her cry by revealing more of her personal shit on the internet. Like, this is why this episode's called Maliciously Stupid. Because this I don't know, stupid or lying, the whole thing. Absolute devil or the biggest moron I've ever seen. Like, the fact that you don't get it and you continue to not get it, and these clips will continue to show it, like, you are so moronic, or you're the most evil little bitch going around.
I think there's definitely a bit of both. To steal from the antisocial girls, she definitely has that mean girl vibe, you know, in terms of she is up her own arse because at some point people wanted to sleep with her because she used to be young and she used to sleep with people. So she's got that stuck in her head, and she's just very used to kind of being like cliquey, I guess. You see that from, well, I've never watched any of the shit podcasts she's on, but you know, all the bitches where they're all together chatting shit. So yeah, she's just a mean girl, I think.
No, and when she does like insult people or whatever, it is immediately like going after their looks, or like, you know, maybe someone's had an addiction or whatever. Like, she always goes immediately to that stuff in sort of like a more vindictive manner.
Yeah.
No, my days of making April cry are long gone.
You're doing it right now, fuckhead.
All right. Well,
here's the difference. I don't you did say one thing. I don't dislike April.
Oh yeah, this drones on and on. I clip way too much, so we're getting rid of this. He's just going on about, I don't dislike April, you know, and then he does this big explanation about like, oh, I hope she's fine, but I don't really care about it, but you care about it. And all right, let's get to our next analogy, shall we?
What we at? How many we at?
I think we're at
So this
number
is 3. Yeah, correct. This is analogy number 3.
Okay.
Hang on.
I really like this one. It's a good one.
that now I don't feel so insane.
I don't think you need to feel insane. I think that you let more than one person in on a conspiracy. And then when you let out half the conspiracy, the other person was like, oh, I guess we're talking about the thing. And then I let out the other half of the conspiracy.
I get it, Aaron.
I get it, Aaron. No, such a dummy. And I love how he goes, you let out half the conspiracy and then I let out the other half. She let out a trickle, Aaron. And then you went, open the floodgates. I just came up with a new analogy, Aaron. You didn't use the open the floodgates one. There is a similar one coming up, though.
That doesn't count.
Nah, man. I'm trying to steal a win.
You are.
So, yeah, we're at 3. Let's go now. Let's take a break from analogies. And
let's hit like, everyone. Let's go hit like.
Yes, hit the like button.
Have a bottle of water and hit the like button.
Play some clips.
I'm just looking. Yeah, we'll go to Keanu is dog shit next.
I kind of feel like Littlefinger right now. Like I'm holding you right now, going, I did tell you not to trust me.
You did, but when I like insinuate something about, you know, somebody that I dislike, I wasn't trying to blow up the spot of somebody that I care about and am worried about.
Very fair. Yeah.
So, firstly, it was more important to her to talk shit about Nick Recator on the internet than it was to keep April's shit private. That's the first thing she's admitting to right there.
Such a little drama queen, isn't she? Just wants the clout, I think.
But what comes next is fucking wild. The fact that she says what she's about to say and doesn't get it through her fucking empty head as to what the problem is.
You have, but the issue is that's where you and I were living on 2 different planets. I don't have the same affection for that person that you do. So I was not.
And that's what I said to my audience.
And that's what I said to my audience. Fucking, let's see if this bell fucking rings.
This is a man that is upset with this woman because he is, and it doesn't have the same kind of worry that I do about her or what have you. And but I'm like, you guys, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I maybe talked about this for an hour. Like,
back to that.
I swear to you, I don't think I.
You're back to proving that you didn't say it. But dummy, how does Aaron know? How would Aaron know? You fucking told him when you didn't need to tell him a fucking word. And you just described this is a man that doesn't like her. And you're feeding him information that he can use against her. How is she not getting this?
I'm not going to lie. This is a brilliant advertisement of why you shouldn't have any female friends, by the way. I'm not sure maybe they would class each other, but Jesus Christ. No offense.
I'm not judging all women because of this dumb cunt. No.
No, but this does explain the bing that she does because there's a metal plate up in that motherfucker. That's all I got to say.
I've been waiting for Aussie guy to say call her a cunt all episode. So many times he wanted to say I could tell, and he's like, bitch.
It was always going to build up to it. It was always going to build up to it.
Really mentioned her really once, so it's. But I get that you.
Yeah, I only really mentioned her really once. Oh, so you did bring her name into it, dummy.
You're a divorced man, and you went through what you went through. And I guess I understand it, which is why I'm not mad at you.
Wait, there's why you're not mad at him. Yeah, have you clicked that it's your own dumb fault that this all came out and you're hurting your friend April again? Oh, I hate this one. No, I don't hate it. I don't hate anyone.
That's pretty close, though, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty damn close.
She was fucking on BYB, still screaming about. I never said it. That's not the point anymore, dummy. You didn't reveal the whippets about April. Aaron revealed all that, but how did he know? How did Aaron know? It's the bit you're missing. You ran to the man that's trying to ruin her life and told him all of this shit. That's the problem, Kiki. That's why you're a dummy. Oh. Goodness. All right, next up, I think we've just got what have we got left? All right, we've got another analogy.
4.
What was that for? Oh no, that's the last one. Clearly, Josh.
Analogy 4.
He gave it away.
Analogy 4. Aaron has empathy. Keanu dumb.
Your concerns to me, in a much healthier way than say, I'm going to pick a random thing here, trying to have me thrown in prison. And I appreciate that.
Again, Aaron, not good. Done. Not a good look for the judge. And you're not the victim here, dude. You're not the victim.
And that's very.
I'm trying to have you thrown in prison. What does that mean?
It's a joke.
And of course, she's on top of it. Good old Keanu is with it, and the old yes and. What does that mean? What do you mean?
Wait, what's happening?
No.
Okay.
You're coming to me with your concern professionally, and you're coming to it from a place of understanding. And certainly I feel like I've responded with empathy and understanding. And I think that makes for a very healthy mode of communication between two people and really boring drama for a podcast.
Absolutely boring.
Yes, but I agree with you. You two are absolutely boring. Where I think we're having some fun with it. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I like, Aussie guy, is that he thinks it's unprofessional and pretty shit if people send him DMs before a show about stuff, kind of like expressing concerns or what have you. But if you call up and bore the fuck out of them and like drop this shit, that's perfectly fine. That's normal. That's that you did it the right way. So that's what I think Granny has to learn. Maybe you could learn a lesson from this as well. You have to call up and you have to do it on the show live. That's the way to do it.
Absolutely. Good point, actually. I'm not calling Minnesota, but sure. It's a good point that you make. Mm-hmm. We're going to get to this analogy.
I will not be, I didn't want to. I feel like Judy Garland, it all became too much and for my life.
Really? It all Judy became Garland. Too much for my life. What a dumb thing to say.
Jesus Christ.
And we're going to hear Gino talk about the dabbleverse shortly. Oh God, Jesus!
Oh God!
If I didn't, rectify the situation and understand that I really didn't say anything about my friend. All I did was, 30 or 45
right.
sneezes about Nick Rekieta.
So just to be clear, she wants everyone to know that she didn't leak the information publicly. She just leaked it to the man that wants to ruin April's life. Just to be clear, that's just where the information goes. But let's get to this analogy.
The problem you had that led to the problem I had is that you cracked the door a little bit and let people look through the crack in the door. And then I came up behind you and went, "Oh, Keanu, if you want them to look inside the door, here, let's kick the open." You're like, "No, we're not trying to kick the." Oh shit, he kicked the open.
Right.
So
exactly.
I
exactly.
Right. Exactly. I mean,
exactly.
If you're making fun of Aaron there, Kiki, then that's the funniest thing you've ever done. But I am going to assume that it's just because you're a dummy.
Aussie guy, man. That was brutal. She gave him such a beating over those clips.
Absolutely crushing him.
Like, he was on the back foot the whole time. Like, boom, 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 point, fact, counterpoint. Oh.
Yeah. Calling him out left, right, and center. Now, fellas, there's one clip left. And the analogy game is hanging in the balance.
No way.
And I'm going to leave that up in the air.
Oh.
We'll all find out together if there's an analogy in the final Aaron and Kiki clip.
He'll get annoyed at us if we don't work it out, though, Josh. So make sure you pay attention.
Yes, I'm
definitely.
Eyes glued.
Definitely.
I won. I think I won.
But this one, I have in the title: Keanu reveals the truth. Epic cunt.
Oh,
fifth analogy.
Out or what have you. But it is funny when I insinuate one thing to try and make somebody look bad, but try and just reveal somebody that is an emotional abuser, in my opinion, and made my friend April cry to the point where I can't stand it with a few whippet sneezes. Then, but because of your experience, you go, cat's out of the bag because you're divorced. You are having you must still have some like angry feelings for her.
I'll tell you right now, I don't. It's as simple as this. I thought we were letting the juicy gossip cat out of the bag, and you only wanted to put like a paw out of the bag. And I misread that as cat's out, and I pulled the whole fucking thing out. That was...
I knew it. Thank God. Honestly, thank you for being honest, because I was...
So there you go.
The cat's out of the bag. The cat is out of the bag. God damn it.
Eka wins the analogy battle. So you heard Kiki, before that, saying that she was trying to harm or trying to criticize somebody that is hurting her friend April, and in her opinion, emotionally abusing April. So her motives were to put negative onto someone else, not thinking about April's feelings. This closing piece, she'll deny it. This reveals the truth about what this all is. This all is for Kiki. She exposes it right here.
I knew it. Thank God. Honestly, thank you for being honest, because I had a text to you, and I was like, this would be better for the show, and I guess I'll just like do it there. But I know I'm not wrong, and I can't go back and watch.
Boom.
She knows she's not wrong.
You couldn't help but reveal the truth. And again, that's why you're a dummy. She said, I had a text written to you, Aaron, but I thought this will be better for the show. You don't give a fuck about April.
Public, so everyone can see it.
Could have kept it private.
You don't want to give a fuck about April. You love that you've got gossip about April. And they go on to joke later, and we haven't revealed all of it. You know what I mean? Watch yourself, April. You better keep shutting the fuck. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you better stop talking shit. Oh, wait, you're not. You're not doing anything. You're completely out of all of this. But people need to keep running their mouths about her and not.
They're running out of stuff. They'll run out of stuff soon, and then just make up a load more stuff, I guess. So
yeah. So yeah, Kiki, you are such a dummy, and you need to get it through your empty fucking head that the reason that you're a shitty friend is because you didn't think about April's feelings at all through any of this. You just wanted to go spread gossip and talk shit. You could have got her parents' number off of Aaron without telling him anything. And don't act like you couldn't. So yeah, shut the fuck up. And I remember when she like broke ties with Aaron all those months ago, and she said, he was manipulating us. Yeah, go fuck yourself. You're trying to manipulate everyone else. I see through your bullshit. You're either vindictive bitch or you're dumb as a box of rocks, and I think there's a combination of both.
Moronic and demonic.
Yeah. Yes, Sir Franklin. Kiki stinks. Oh yeah, and she likes to go after people for addiction and fucking their looks and all that shit. Hey Kiki, you sold the picture of your butthole. Like you're not in a position to judge people. And how did you get the picture? Did you squat over an iPhone, or did you?
Also, how much did you earn? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
How much did you sell your butthole for?
To be fair, I think it was $1,000. I think I've heard that number.
What's a fair price? What's a fair price?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But anyway.
I'm not thinking.
You don't want none of that.
All right. I was about to say Kiki doesn't have long. Echo doesn't have long.
Kiki doesn't.
So let's do this.
Has no loyalty to those two pieces of shit. Like, there's no loyalty among all the fake people. Everyone in the chat, they're all fucking losers that fucking live vicariously through this shit. They have no fucking lives. Shut the fuck up with your opinion. It's a friend I'm telling you, shut the fuck up and talk about things you know about, but don't lower yourself to the level of this bunch of fair. No, you're not allowed to say to me, let's say you were stolen materialistic shit.
Flat broke.
Yes, flat broke.
Always wait for you to say that. Keep it a 100 official says, hit the like button.
It is April. Right.
Yes, thank you, Easy. Oh, and Rover's here teasing me. Hey, Rover.
Rover.
So Gino had a couple of appearances on a couple of shows this week, and it highlighted a little bit of what we talk about with Gino. And to begin with, it was on MLC, and thank you to Doom. I've clipped from Doom's clip, so thank you, Doom.
Lovely lady.
Yeah, let's do story time with Gino on MLC. Let's follow this.
Whacked out on Adderall. You can see clips.
Well, we don't know that, but we do know Gilly reached out to you.
Because you defend that piece of shit, and then he came on my show when I wasn't there, because Bob Levy, I don't know what's going on with that senile Turkish tooth fuck. Jesus. But he's another one that lost his fucking way. Sucked your dick till he fucking got lost. Fucking, I can't be bothered. But he...
Wow. Now, Gino is going to go on to say how, like, the dabbleverse is just people going off on rumors and innuendo and all that. He's dragged 2 people in already and just fucking just deciding to go with what other people have said.
I've realised, though, he's got a bit of a superpower, as old Gino. Because he goes off on tangents on every sentence. When he goes down, like, to attack someone or kind of like to kind of maybe make a joke at their expense, he can just go. He can go, and he sucked your dick, and then he got lost, and then he goes on something else, and you're like, okay, that's Gino.
Yeah.
He's just completely bombed.
Multiple.
Yeah, you're just all right. That's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam Bibley's here. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're going to do all of her comments. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Echo, it's her?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Imagine living next door to Gino Visconti and listening to his bitch voice through the wall all day, every way, every day.
No,
thanks. Gino just says words, correct, Rover? Mm-hmm. He does. But again, let's see if we can follow. So he's introduced. So he started with Pat Dixon. He's now introduced Bob Levy into the story. Let's see if we can follow. Wow.
Went on my show and he acted bizarre. And I said, when she reached out to me, I'm like, yeah, come on for your birthday. And
so he just said she. So now he's adding pronouns.
Who are you talking to?
Yes. So I don't know who she is, but she's been added to the equation.
Then that whacked out piece of shit fuck walked all the way from fucking wherever he lived, fucking saw me in that bar and hit me in the jaw when I went to hug him.
All right, we're back to Pat Dixon. All right, we all know that. Yeah, we all know Pat Dixon punched you in the face.
It's hard, and I don't know what's going on with Stevie Lou. Keep talking to that psycho fucking loser, but
Stevie Lou, he iced you down like Gus D'Amato.
What?
He iced you down that day.
No. He fucking handed me ice, but let me tell you something. He wasn't there.
He didn't cuddle me and kiss my head and say, "Are you okay?" That didn't happen.
Here's some ice.
Yeah, like that's good enough. Jesus.
Excuse me, I was motherfucking Stevie Lou. Don't bring the ice into it. But he's just going to continue on.
When you're mad that he didn't officially ice you down,
be involved in anything because he has less fucking talent than fucking Ray DeVito and Ray DeVito.
Well, now Ray DeVito's been brought into it.
This would have been a fun game. How many Dabbleverse people would he have brought up? While saying he wants nothing to do with the Dabbleverse. Jesus.
So he started with Pat Dixon, then he brought in Bob Levy, then he brought in Stevie Lou, now he's brought in Ray DeVito.
She's in there too.
And she.
Dixon.
He got you ice. That doesn't count for anything.
Okay. Yes, I owe him my life. I'm going to tell you this.
I'm more interested in this Bob Levy Geno fight.
What's that?
Great stuff, Chad. Did you hear that? He said fluid. He couldn't even spit out fight. Fluid.
I'm more interested in the Bob Levy Geno thing that's brewing.
What? There's nothing brewing with Bob Levy. I've been. I had Bob Levy host my show, and Bob Levy put that dipshit on the desk, and he bumped one of my normal guests. And I gave Bob Levy credit because that day he's like, "I'm bringing Kevin Brennan," and I'm like, I don't know. Think you should bring in.
Wait, so is that dipshit? Is that dipshit Pat Dixon or Kevin Brennan? Because he brought that dipshit in.
I think Bob bumped his guests off to bring in KB on the show.
Well, that's the thing, though, because he said he bumped one of his guests to bring in that dickhead, I think he said, didn't he?
Dipshit, whatever.
Dipshit. Then he said about Kevin. This is tough to follow, Gino. This is why
it is hard to translate him. It is true.
Kevin Brennan, and you showed up on the couch, and while you were killing on my show, I texted Bob Levy. You can ask him; he won't remember. He's senile. And I said, I can admit when I'm wrong. You were great that day. But remember Pat Dixon sitting at the desk reading the paper like a fucking psycho? We have video of, and this was for me and Keanu. We've been fucking dating. We were hooking up off and on. But
see, the distracted moron. Kiki had to speak, and so he had to point out the point in their relationship they were in. Doesn't matter, Gino. Stay focused. Stay on track, dude.
He's like, when Pop's like, Gino's been fucking Keanu. He's like so angry because he's an insecure psycho. Do you understand?
Who's insecure about it?
Yes, Kevin. Thank you. Who could follow this?
And has hit 3 different women, and you can say 4.
Wait. Pat Dixon was
piece of shit, and you gave him money. That's on your soul, Kevin. That's on your soul. On your soul.
I gave everybody money.
Never gave me a penny, and I don't want a penny of your filthy fucking tainted fucking money.
But
pretty sure. Certain that Gino sent his Venmo details to Chad the very next day.
Yeah,
and then
for sure.
I think he might have even ranted that Kevin hadn't paid him yet. So yeah. Just that's how much Gino's word means. He's going to talk about how he was right all the time. We're going to get to that.
Did love. Hey, Stevie Lou just.
Sometimes I feel I've got to.
Stevie just
karaoke.
Great stuff, Chad.
It wasn't even in sync, man. Come on.
It's what morons do. They hear some words of a song and then they just have to start singing it. Yeah.
Me too. Ooh, I know that. Ooh.
And Gino clapped along like a monkey too.
Stevie,
do you need to get going, Eccles, or you can keep going a bit?
I'd love to, mate. But wife might divorce me. All right, thank you very much, everyone. See me at 2:00 Eastern. Pint double pint. You can plug the rest of my stuff later. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
See you, brother. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Pineapple's down.
He's gone. All right. Let's get through this.
can't take your call because I got to keep my.
Call me so I can hang up on him.
No, Stevie, I got to keep my finger on the take out Gino button. So I'm not taking any calls.
Why?
I'm not.
Why? Why do you have to take? What?
Because why not? I don't trust anybody.
No, well,
Chad took me in the back today. Did you see what Chad did?
Hang out with pieces of shit, and I've always been nothing but some of your best fucking content ever was on the In Hot Water football shows, and you know it. And you know it.
So he's just going on calling people pieces of shit left, right, and center. He always talks about how the dabbleverse are all fucking bitches that just talk shit about people and run with rumors. And I don't know if he was in the room to see Pat Dixon punch 3 different women, but he loves to say that Pat Dixon's punched 3 different women. So, you know, I guess he witnessed it because surely he wouldn't go off of rumors.
No. Rumors?
I said that was the greatest day of my life.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We loved you. We love and yet you got pissed off about fucking not me giving out your number, about you fucking losing your mind on me, and I gave out both of our numbers.
Geno's mid-50s. Kevin Brennan's in his 60s. What are we doing, Geno? You guys have been fighting for years over giving out phone numbers, like.
And you acted like it was some grand scheme because look, Kev, I love you.
Gino, everybody had your number. You already given out your number many times already.
That's the day I gave it out. And I want to call you a bitch right now, but out of respect, and I think we're making progress, I'll say angel cakes.
No, you're mad at him.
I don't why am I mad at Levy?
I don't know. You just said he's a scene.
Who aren't you mad at?
Gino, you kicked off this rant by calling Bob Levy what is it? Turkey tooth, senile,
Turkish
old
something
piece of shit or something. Yeah. He doesn't even remember from a few minutes ago. So yeah, that was what my favorite stuff that I took out of his MLC appearance. So the last clip of today is Gino went on BYB with the great quad father, and it was going to be confronting our friend Shmuel Buckman, but Ski Mask got involved last minute. Excuse me. And it kind of stalled the show for like 20 minutes or whatever. And kind of got a bit boring. But Ski Mask left. And we got a little bit at the end that I just thought was interesting with Gino.
Yeah.
In the stream.
By the way, look, watch this. No one cares. April's a stupid bitch who fucking got what she deserved. Fucking, I said a year ago, another Gino was right. I said, fucking Aaron will be fucking further down his path.
Another Gino was right, you say. So January last year, Gino, you said that Aaron needs to get rid of April and move on. You're an idiot. You didn't know anything about this. Stop it.
Fucking as much as he fucked up, as much as he fucking had that thing you talked about, Shmuel, that's why I canceled a gig. I said, at least he's trying to make it right. April sat around waiting for fucking that guy to leave his fucking wife, fucking living for free, fucking living fucking like out of his fucking pocket, and then he.
Wait, Gino, you going with more rumors about what April's doing, or are you and your wife revealing more information about April's personal life?
Fucking dumped her, and now she's a fucking mess. So if she does whippets or not, it's very believable because she's a fucking idiot.
Here's the funniest that your food for thought is that now that Nick Rekieta has settled his case.
Sorry, Rover. Aaron will be further down his path. What a prophetic prediction. Great call, Rover. Great call.
Actually, Aaron is not further down the road because he has a revenge porn case to deal with. Nick Rekieta is done. Like how
the revenge porn.
And April.
Do you want to wager? Do you want? Yeah. By the way, the more you listen to the rumors and not the people involved with it, do you want to wager on if there will be a revenge porn case?
So do you see what he's doing here, Josh? Gino is potentially a witness in this revenge porn case. And Gino thinks if he doesn't testify, there's no case. Like he feels like his P-brain thinks that the state doesn't have like a pretty strong case without his testimony. But most assume they'll get to a plea deal before any any trial happens. But do you think a judge, again, if he's subpoenaed and doesn't show up, do you think a judge would appreciate seeing a witness wagering on whether a case would go forward or not based on his testimony? Do you think there could perhaps be a contempt of court charge that would go along with that, where you're mocking the system, making bets around legal cases? I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, Josh?
I'm going to say that's definitely a no-no. Judge is not going to look too kindly upon that. It's just the whole thing is funny, but it's like, is everyone making April the bad guy here now? Like,
well, he is, but his wife, that's her friend, and she's looking out for her best interests and all that. But I would love to see that moment. Prosecutor, do you have your witness? No, he's not here. Why is he not here? He bet 5 dudes on a podcast that this case wouldn't go ahead, so that's why we couldn't get him out.
It's just funny that one guy's they're both shitting on her is what they're doing. I mean,
yeah. But yeah, I think he wraps it up with a little bit more shitting on the dabbleverse.
It's probably a good bet considering the last bet you made was whether or not Compound was going to close down.
I'm giving you the fucking answer, but you want to keep playing like a fucking faggot. Don't get up, Schmiel. A fucking faggot and keep dabbling. There's no revenge porn case. No one's flying out there. I'll bet you $100 each and we'll do a $100 parlay. So when I'm sitting here and there's no case, you want 500. You want to do that?
Clip it. Send it to send it to the Stearns County prosecutor. I think it's Stearns County. Just clip it and send it. This fucking moron. Like again, nothing will happen. Don't get me wrong, but why would you be this dumb?
Well, he is.
Dang Lizard is here. I haven't seen Dang in a while. I'm not talking about her numbers, which is nice. Are you insinuating Keanu is a rat fuck piece of shit? She's not even that good, dude. She's lower than that. Lower than that.
No, you want to fucking sit here and speculate so you can fluff your fucking stupid listeners. So go on.
I'll do $100. I'll do $100.
Yeah, that's the end of that. Yeah. So that's what we had for Gino this week. His incoherent rambling. And I was hoping Shmuel could, maybe get something out of him. Not really. I laughed at Shmuel afterwards. I said, what made you think you could talk to Gino? Not going to happen. I wouldn't waste my time. I tried with Aaron Immelt because at least with Aaron, he's actively trying to duck your questions, and it's a fun little game of cat and mouse. With Gino, it's just he'll just go off on whatever direction he feels he needs to go. You know what I mean? It's not a game of cat and mouse. It's just
he'll fly off on a tangent and just go off on whatever he wants.
AB normal. All these idiots think they will get out of their respective holes by digging deeper and hitting each other with shovels. That's a pretty good analogy, actually. On analogy night.
Hey, that's 6. You lost, Echo.
Yeah. No, because he's still closest without going over.
Oh yeah, never mind. Price is Right rules. Son of a bitch.
Yes. And Rover, at this point, Keanu has spent more time talking about April than she has ever spent talking to April. That is actually spot on. That could not be more accurate. You're right, because she was doing, like she said on one of those clips, maybe I talked for an hour about this. Excellent point. Josh, we were going to do, bringing it back to sports a little bit, we were going to do a segment. The homework that Robbie had was, have you seen that Jason Kelsey has a late night show?
I did not see that Jason Kelsey has a late night show.
Yeah, so I don't have any clips because Robbie didn't clip it for me or send it to me or anything, you know what I mean? He was going to present the segment, but I thought I'd talk to you because obviously we've got the conference championship coming up. And look, Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey, I think there's an argument for both of them for being best player at their position ever in the sport. Travis more so than Jason, but there's certainly people that have talked about Jason being the best center ever. and the guys have got personalities, but mostly because Travis is hooked up with Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
These guys are all over the media, and yeah, I just thought it was insane. And I've caught some clips and stuff of the Jason Kelsey late night show, and my God, it's some really hammy, corny bullshit. So yeah, Dang Lizard, thank you for the €2. Congrats, you made it. You made it a long way. Congrats, you made it a long way, almost triple digits. Thank you, Dang. I think when Carl was on WATP Carl, I think we hit triple digits that day. I think that's the only time we done it. Maybe one other time. But,
I think you did, or two back to back.
Yeah, but thank you, Dang. Jason the 13th. What the damn hell?
What the damn hell?
Aussie guy, are you nuts? Are you the Aussie Dudley boys? Or the Aussie Dudley boy? None of those things, no.
Like
Jason and Mesa is here with a $1.99 super sticker.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much, Jason. Always looking out for us. Yeah, Josh. So yeah, the thoughts on the Kelsey brothers? Obviously, very good football players. You had enough? Do you like them?
I'm okay without it, to be honest. They don't move the needle for me. I've seen a little bit of their stuff. My wife shows me. She's not that I think she's watching much of that, but she's shown me some of their stuff. And I don't know. I mean, Travis Kelsey, like you said, he's probably one of the best tight ends to ever play the position if we're really breaking it down and all that. But I mean, there's so much shit out there. I don't need these morons fucking goofing around. I mean, I got Pat McAfee is doing his thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need the Kelseys.
Yeah, exactly. Pat McAfee with the passing of Bob Uecker, and we didn't speak about that last week, but Bob Uecker, what a fucking legend. And
yes,
yeah, I love the movie Major League, and he was a big part of that. Why that was so fun. But yeah, Pat McAfee feels like a modern day Bob Uecker, to where he wasn't a major player in professional sports, but he played professional sports, but he's an entertainer.
Yes.
Above all else. And,
crossover too, even with the wrestling and shit.
Exactly. Whereas the Kelsey boys don't have that. Like they're not entertainers. I'm sorry. They're very good football players and have a blokey sense of humor, sure, but they're not.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift thing pushed that way over the top.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd even be talking about Jason Kelsey.
No, agreed. All right. Conference championship games coming up later today, and I am actually glad to be doing a shorter show this week, and I can get a bit more sleep in before the Eagles and Washington game. But obviously, dead keen to watch Bills and Chiefs. Josh, give me your thoughts on Eagles and Washington.
Eagles and Washington. Jalen has been going crazy. I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch too much of him at LSU, but obviously he's got that it factor, and that could push them all the way through. But the Eagles, oh man, I hate the Eagles. I fucking hate them. Saquon Barkley's probably going to run for another two bills today for sure. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, if I had to put money on it, I would probably lean on Washington stealing this game.
I like the thought, and I'd like Washington to win. I think you're right about Barkley. I think he'll run all over him. I think if Washington stops the run, it's them. Daniels is special. Jaden Daniels is special.
Yes, he is.
And if there's a sniff, he'll win it for Washington for sure. I'm still going to sit with the Eagles. They've been a better, more consistent team all year. And again, if Barkley gets running, they'll be fine. But yeah, Washington stop the run. I think he can win it. I will pick the Eagles.
Okay.
And the big one, and everyone's looking at, they've put Cleve, what's his name? Cleve Lakeman is the head official, who has Kansas City has a 5-6 record against, and the Bills have with him reffing, and the Bills have a positive record. So, you never know. This might be fairly refereed. Yeah, kick us off with your thoughts on this one.
You said 5 and 6, so this could go 6 and 6. I don't know which way that works it out to you, but either way,
good point.
I would say I don't know if all of us are feeling the same way, but I mean, I would like to see the Bills pull this one out and take down the Chiefs. But if I'm going for storyline and all this, what's the best for the NFL in the sense, they're going with the Chiefs. And when it comes down to it, I'm taking the fucking Bills today, Robbie. Take that. Going Josh Allen.
Robbie not being here today kind of makes me want to root for the Chiefs. But no, look, preseason, and I didn't even pick him to win the division. I stupidly thought Aaron Rodgers would have a comeback season and the Jets would win the division. But I still had Buffalo going all the way through because I thought it's Josh Allen's time. He's been hurt and crushed too many times.
Yeah. How many more times can it happen?
He comes across as a steely warrior now, and he'll keep him in it. Even if things are not going right, he'll keep him in it. Josh Allen's going to win this game and go on and win the Super Bowl. I'm certain of it. Taking them straight up. I don't know if there's what the line is, but I'll take the Bills straight up. I imagine it's a very short line. A point,
it
point and a half.
can't be that big, yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much. So yeah, I'm riding with the Bills. It's Josh Allen's year. I think they're all vibing. I think the Chiefs have. It's crazy because they lost 2 games all year.
They've lost one.
No, because they lost in the last week.
Did they? Yeah. They weren't trying. Never mind.
But they limped through 15 wins. It was crazy. Like it looked like a team limping through. And I just think the Bills are coming at them full force. They're not going to be ready for it. Bills.
Yes. I think that'd be the way. That'd be the way to cap off the Sunday, anyway.
Indeed. Let us know in the chat before we go who you all got this week. But we will wrap it up there. Do you know what? It's been a while since I've been done before midnight on a Sunday, so that's something.
Yeah, you say. I know you say midnight, and I'm like, cool. It's about noon almost.
Yeah, it's 10:47 a.m. on the East Coast.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, Josh, what are your plugs?
Plug NJ Hunt 02 on X. Other than that, you could come down to Cincinnati. I could make something look real nice for you.
Very good. Greatest guy. Wrap it up, bitch. This show sucks. Thanks, dude. We are wrapping it up.
We're trying to hurry up, man.
Yeah, we are. You're fucking making it last longer. Bills in Washington, says Jason and Messer. Went, I like it. Oh, Rover, you sneaky devil. He's a sneaky bugger.
He did it.
20 gifted memberships. I'm like Aaron Imholt used to be with David Chandler. It's like at the end, it's like, is Rover coming? Is Rover coming?
You hit the goal, man. You hit the goal.
Yes. Rover's so good, always looks after it. Really appreciate it, dude. You are the man. I did it. I finally managed to give myself.
Bravo.
I love that most people that are members are because of Rover, and he hadn't even bought himself a membership. I do love that. That's great. I got to do everyone's plugs, which is unfortunate. Echo, he said he's got Pint Double Pint at 2. He's got fucking Chewing the Shit, I think, on Tuesday. He's got Skeptical Robot, his conspiracy show. He's got Between Two Hacks with the Luigi Greenberg, his clip show.
He's a whore.
He's got What's Your Randall with me every Sunday at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. Echo is a whore. Echo Pineapple with a 3. Put a 3 where the last E should be. Go give him a sub and support him. Good dude, helps us out. Our Twitter is our podcast Twitter is official USA Pod, I think, on X. Robbie is at Mariner Robbie, isn't it? Yeah, he's at Mariner Robbie. Yeah, and on X, I am at that sussy guy. Just imagine that Aussie guy and put an S where the A should be. We'll catch you next time on United States of Australia.
Do your homework, Robbie.